Hey guys, Jake Matheson from Jake Matheson Racing here. Welcome to the first JMR summer video series. This is kind of something we're going to be doing over the summer. It's going to be fun. And this time, for the first time, I want to talk about iRacing, which is something I use a lot. I use it over the off season, I use it during the week when I'm not racing. And I just want to make the video, or I guess this first episode, to kind of talk about iRacing, how it works, what it is, what you can do with it, how it's good, stuff like that. So I guess we get right into it. First off, move the camera this way. Please don't fall. I'm gonna take, here we go. So I'm on this is my homepage. If I can just angle it right. Here we go. This is my homepage. This is basically what I'm opened up to whenever I open the page. Angle it a little bit more. There we go. This is what I opened up. This is what I open it up to. Whenever I press iRacing, this is what I'm opened up to. But if you're just getting into iRacing, maybe on Google, you may put iRacing in chat, wow. I put it in Google, iRacing, this is the first thing you see, and you'll press sign up, and you'll do your stuff there. But, back to my page. This is my account. I'm an A class, 2.74, road course, D class, because I don't do road course a lot. This is my bio over here. When you get iRacing for your first time, you may want to do this stuff. But you see I have my name, where I'm at, where I live, my website right here. You can just click to there. A lot of stuff about me in here. And that's all that we really see on this page. But if you want to race, you go up to this race now thing, and you see this is the series. This is what you can choose your races. Once you have, say you have A class, for instance, you are open to a bunch of races. So for instance, if I wanted to race A fix, which is Monster Energy Cup Series, I can race this, which is at New Hampshire Motor Speedway this weekend. So if I want to do, I can sign up for that right now, which would be starting in 10 minutes, but I'm not going to because, well, we're live. What should I talk about next? Let me think. We can, oh, I know what I'm going to talk about. On my second screen over here, if we back this out, and turn this over here, I'm just going to bring it over here, you can see I have this second screen. This is what I like to call my cheat screen, even though it's not cheating at all. This is a website called Sim Racing Apps, which you'll see it says disconnected. This was the previous race I was in. That's just all the entries. It'll have all your information down here, and your radio control will be right there. Right now it says disconnected, but in a few minutes you'll find out. You'll see it all comes back on once we get into a test session. So if we bring it back over here, we're here, and you don't only have to race up here in the top. You can press qualifying, time trial, and practice. But if you want to do something for yourself, you can do test. And I have bought, like, in iRacing, you have to buy tracks, and you have to buy cars and tracks. You can go to buy cars. I mean, I've gotten a lot of the cars, but these are the ones I haven't gotten. But if you're new to iRacing, this will pretty much be filled with a bunch of cars. And you go to the store again and buy tracks, and of course, they'll all be here. But if we make our way back to test session, we'll go to street stock, or not street stock, we'll go to test or car. We'll bring it down to the Legend Cars Ford 34 Coupe, which I have it looking like my real car. And we can go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we can even make it the Legends Oval. That's how dedicated these people at iRacing are to making good tracks. Or making tracks. Yeah, actually not good tracks, what am I talking about? And you can even choose morning, afternoon, late afternoon. We most time race in the late afternoon, so I'm going to set it as that. We can go into adjust weather. It's usually around 80 degrees when we race. A little bit of humidity, maybe like 20% maybe. Set it correct. There we go. Wind speed, it's always 7 miles per hour-ish. It's not that high. Most of the time it's partly cloudy, and the wind's going, not sure, I'll just leave it at north though. We can even adjust the track state. We come in here, we can set it to clean, which is basically like the track just got rained on, and we can go all the way where they just got done with a 500 lap race. We'll keep it down to slight usage though, because that's usually what's going on. And even on the left here, we can choose clean marbles before test session, which would mean that it will clear out all the marbles at the top of the track before you go in. And automatically generate starting track state would mean it would be randomly set, which usually resets to a different time every single time. We'll bring it to 10. And once you're ready, you go to test, bring this down, you have your legend, you have your legend's course, press test car on track. Hold on a minute. I'm just gonna bring that. This is the Logitech profile. This is what I use to set my wheel settings. But before we actually get into this, I'll show you guys here that I have my Logitech wheel. It's Logitech G27. I got it 2 years ago for my birthday. I got the shifter, which I use for the big cars, even but like legends and stuff like that. I'll use the paddle shifts on the back. Oh, you see it's loading up now. I have an iBuyPower keyboard and mouse. And like a cool thing I got for Christmas. I have my SteelSeries gaming mouse pad, which is, of course, very, very good. It's a lot better than what I used to have. And down at the bottom here, I got my pedals. Got my gas, my brake, my clutch. And before, I only had I had the DriveForce GT, which was the cheapest at the time. And that would only have clutch and brake. Whoop, my game glitched out for a second. We'll fix that. But if we make our way back over here, back to this screen, you'll see that now I have your legend car, my number, all the information about the track. You even track right here. I don't know what happened here. It kind of glitched out right there. But you see, you have your your radio. You got your times, even though I haven't put one down yet. And of course, we're here on the test screen. And on this, no, my thing's stuck. There we go. On this test screen, you choose all the different camera angles. Choose whatever. Over here, you can choose your the person you want to follow. Change it with these, your entries, your laps, your information, what lap you want to choose. This is the replay system down here at the bottom. This is your chat. And up here in the top right are about the most important things in the entire thing. You go to Garage, and iRacing this is what really makes iRacing good. You can change anything you want in the setup. You can change springs, you can change fuel, tire pressures, stagger, toe, cross weight, rear end ratio. You can change everything. And if you want to, you can make some notes, like I am fast. Apply that. So whenever you load up this setup, it'll say that. But if you're really serious about it, you could write down your tire pressure growth, and you write down a bunch of stuff like you would in real life, like tire pressure growth and what else did I write down? I don't know. All the pressures and how much they grew or whatever. Over here you have your iRacing default setups, which are kind of like baselines. Some of them are good, but they're kind of like baselines for setups you're going to make. You have your shared setup, so if you're in a race, if you're in an actual race, you can go back to shared setup, and if someone shared a setup with the session, then you can get it off of here, and you can put it in. You have my setups, but I have a ton of legend car setups, of course. And if you are just done making a setup, you can go to Save As, and you can save whichever one you want. Like that. And then if you want to, you can share your setup by pressing Share, and you'll have whatever you want to do. Then you got your export, which is something you can put on your desktop. I haven't messed with these two yet. Delete and export. Make our way right here. What am I doing? Alright, we're back to it. Alright, so everything's set. We have our setup in. Even though we actually don't, I have to go back to my setup and put it in. We'll do, I don't have a setup for this track specifically, so let's do the Charlotte Legends Oval, because I feel like that would be pretty close. Now we're ready to go. Press test, and we're in the car. Now, even though the pits you see here aren't quite real life, you know, you're actually in the infield. You're actually like in the inside of this track, which is, oh, my wheel freaked out for a minute. Hold on a quick second. Oh, something else I forgot to mention. Go to options. You have your steering. You have your wow, that was a stutter. You have all your calibration stuff. You have all your settings for your wheel. You have your button options. You have your graphics. You have your replay, sound controls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sound, and I'm going to set my sound to my speakers. right here. So now, it's not working. Hold on a minute. This is odd. Let's go back to sound. Let's do, which one is it? Here we go, right here. There we go, that's a little better. Alright. Now that we're in, here's my little guy over here. Here's my little pit stop guy right here. Even though I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have these in legend cars. Pull out of the pits here. Like I said, these pits are nowhere close to accurate as they are in real life. Pull onto the track. And this is an old model for New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So things like up here, this tire wall doesn't quite look like this. Down the straightaway, doesn't have this tire wall here. And actually, if you were in real life, you'd pull off the pits right here. You'd pull off right through here. You'd go back through here. You'd go up, and you'd go through this gate right here. You see there's a fence there, so I can't actually drive through that. So we'll back it back up. I just backed into the wall. That was smart. And we'll go back forward. And of course, these water barriers aren't actually here in real life. But iRacing has to risk some things to make it the best they can, and we appreciate that. So, if we wanted to make a lap, I have my setup in. Whoa, that was a little slidey. And that was lap New Hampshire Motor Speedway in a legend car. So, you see this wheel, this virtual wheel moving around, and there's one other thing I want to show you. I have my settings set, so if you watch the top of this wheel, it is perfectly matched with the virtual. It's perfectly matched with the virtual wheel, and also, of course, my pedals are. But yeah, that's here. Another thing I want to talk about is how iRacing does their track is they scan their tracks. They don't look at Google Images or anything like that and like just kind of try to replicate it. They actually physically scan the track. They go here and they scan it with some high-tech scanner. So every bump you feel, if you were to do this, every bump you'd feel going into these corners, every little dip is there in real life. Like for instance, I can tell you one thing. In real life, going into turn 1, there is a huge bump that upsets anything. I mean, a legend car, it's not as bad, but in a Bandolero, if you were to hit this, it would go up and boom, into the wall. Like that. But, reverse it back, that bump is there exactly where it is in real life. Put it back. Even though, sorry for the confusion, legend cars do not have reverse. But, iRacing has to have it somehow. Or iRacing has to have it so you can actually back out of things. Right here, there's a little bump. You see that little curvature right there of the car? That's there in real life. And I've hit that a few times racing, and it hasn't been pleasant. But every little transition, every little thing is just perfect. Again, for scanning the track. So, if we actually take a look back over here at our sim racing app screen, I'm assuming you can see that good. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. You'll actually see a little mini map. Here's my little dot. That's my little number. Okay, I'm going around. That's actually a mini map of my car. So, for instance, if I'm racing and I don't, like for instance, if I'm racing and there's an accident behind me and I want to see how many cars taken out, I can actually look at this and see what's happening. And also up here are the times. Again, I wasn't paying attention, hit the wall. Up here, these are your times, your pit run, and your last lap. And of course, once you're in a race, there's more things that come into play in sim racing apps. But that's the basic thing that they do. That does. So that's kind of one thing I wanted to talk about. Well, what was I going to talk about? There's so much more I can talk about. Here, let me just call that 4 out. So I'm going to bring it to a different track. I can go to continue. I can go back to test session. And because of course I bought the Monster Energy Cup Series car, we'll bring it to New Hampshire Motor Speedway big oval, a normal oval. And we press test again, and we're back in. Now, it's for cars like these that this sim racing app's over here. These, like this, hold on, let the screen load in, there we go. It's things like this really important. The tire pressure growth you'll see there. If you want right sizing fuel, how much fuel you're going to need for the end of the run. All that kind of stuff is really good for the Cup car. So, once we load in, of course, it's a bigger track, bigger car, so it's going to take a little longer to load in. Actually, one thing I do want to talk about is how this simulator is so good on graphics. Like, I mean, the game looks amazing, and you'd think it's going to be really hard on the PC, but really, it's easy on it. Like, I know some games that look worse than this and are harder on the actual computer. So we'll pull out here. We'll do a lap. We'll do a lap at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the Monster Energy Cup Series car. So you're pulling out of the pits, staying on the back straight, pulling out hard, back into third gear, hard into fourth gear, pull up the track, brake hard, put it down to third gear if you want to get a good run off. There we go, that was good. Brake hard, 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 going into the corner, down to third gear. But we don't want to, we don't want to hit that inside line though. That inside has a little bit of banking that can actually push, that has negative bank, call it. It pushes you up the track, and it doesn't actually bank into the corner, it banks out of the corner. So when you hit that, it's actually pushing your car up to the wall. When you get up here, there's about 12 degrees of banking, it'll push you back down. Sort of like a bowl, but not really. And that was kind of a lap at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And of course, you're bored, you can just do this. Get loose, and bam, into the hole. Which, of course, you probably won't want to do that. Okay, we'll reset. Also, I do want to say one thing. iRacing is coming out with... what's it called? iRacing is coming out with a new damage model soon. So that means, if you saw right there, when I got the wall, nothing actually really broke. You saw it kind of bounced off it. You see bending and stuff like that, but you never actually see anything break, which is, you know, something. So that was the first video, the summer video, the New Hampshire. Man, all right, breathe. Okay, we'll just bring ourselves back up here. Turn ourselves back like this. Hey. So, that was the first video of the JMR Summer Video Series. I hope everyone who was watching enjoyed that, learned some stuff about iRacing. I guess that was fun. We're going to do another video next Tuesday. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's probably not going to be iRacing again, but it might be... we might go out to dinner somewhere. Who knows? And we'll do a video there. But thank you all for watching. It was fun showing you guys what iRacing's like and how iRacing works. And I think there's a race coming up here in a few minutes, so I'm going to do that. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next Tuesday.